Joining me today on NYSE Floor Talk is Carola Moreno. She is the head of financial and international affairs at the Ministry of Finance in Chile. Carola, it's wonderful to have you here. Thanks for joining me today.
No, thank you for the invitation.
So Carola, you're here today. You are a part of the LatinFinance conference that's taking place here at the New York Stock Exchange. Talk to me about what's happening. How is the conference going for you?
The conference is going great. We just had a panel, very interesting, talking about strategies on debt plans, but also capital flows, macro challenges. I had the pleasure to share the panel with the Ministry of Peru and also the head of the public office of Uruguay. Very, very interesting. We should have some shared views on how the outlook looks.
Well, that's great. So now let's talk about Chile. Can you provide me with an overview of Chile's sovereign debt outlook for the upcoming years, focusing on the strategies and key objectives that are set forth in your 2024 debt plan?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. So we had an increase in debt during the pandemic, as many other countries, but overall, in terms of the absolute level, Chile has a relatively low ratio of debt over GDP. Now it's around 38%. And why do I mention this? Because our goal in terms of sustainability looking forward is not to surpass by any means 45%, and our projections are well below that. And this is part of a more macro strategy that we've had since the early 2000s of a structural balance rule for guiding fiscal policy. So our plans for the year 2024 are in line with this more macro view that I'm telling you for the midterm and medium term, and that involves around 16.5 billion for in issuances, which is in terms of net new debt around 12 billion. Our strategy is to focus not only, but mostly, of course, on getting the best financial conditions in terms of pricing, but also to tackle volatility that comes from exchange rate, given that our composition of foreign currency denominated debt has increased as well, and we are looking to decrease it during the next 3 years. And finally, but not less important, our ESG strategy is pretty strong.
Definitely. So you have an ESG bond strategy. So tell me, how will that be implemented in Chile's debt management, and what impact will it have in the short term and midterm?
Okay. So right now, our stock of ESG bonds is around 36%, which is pretty high compared to other countries. We are the largest issuer. Our stock of thematic bonds is the largest in the world, SEC listed bonds, and we see significant benefits in increasing our share, and our aim is to go to 50% of the stock of public debt to be composed of ESG bonds. We see benefits in the long term because we are aligning both the financial strategy and how the public sector finances its needs, and also how our climatic strategy and our commitments are achieved with in tandem with this strategy. We are including now a social strategy by including a social KPI, which is related to gender empowerment. And so we are again putting this long-term policy strategy together with the other one. And we are also obtaining benefits in terms of financial conditions with lower rates. And that is because we are an emerging country, we are an investment grade country, and in those conditions we have a lot of demand, and that demand has helped us, and we're benefiting also in terms of diversification of investors, which again gives us more resilience or more opportunities when we want to go out to the market.
Mm-hmm. Finally, tell me, what opportunities do you anticipate emerging from this initiative?
Of this strategy of ESG? No, we see many opportunities. We are attracting a base of investors that is only growing. Globally, climate objectives and also nature and biodiversity objectives, which we are also looking into, probably to include a KPI related to these other objectives. These are trends that are here to stay. And that means that fund managers and all types of investors have an increasing incentive to look for a greener or ESG, all the letters in the acronym. And therefore, demand is only going to increase. And what investors are in the short term more worried, and also in the medium term, is to avoid greenwashing. So in that regard, our strategy has been very, very strict in terms of having a framework, a very clear rule of the game, verification being very strong with second party opinion, then the follow-up of what we're doing, so very transparent. And so in that regard, we think that we are very attractive as issuers. And since all our macro financial framework is also being strengthened, we also see that we are keeping our investment grade quality or status, and that also will bring benefits for us in order to be able to tap the market in good conditions.
Yeah. All right. Well, Carola, it's been wonderful to talk with you. Thanks for joining me on Floor Talk today.
No, thank you. Honored to be here. Thank you very much.